what does my sister mean to me? Oh man. Gosh, that's complicated. Yeah, that's complicated. And then the reason why I say that is because my sister is like everything that you would want in a big sister, you know. But and all we had was each other. I mean, we have cousins, first cousins, you know, that we very close with and everything like that. But as far as siblings, it was just her and I, just me and my sister. So yeah, and she also helped raise me. My parents worked very hard and they worked all hours sometimes. And my sister was responsible for making sure that I didn't burn the house down or I didn't do something stupid, you know. And that's hard, especially for somebody who's 5 years older than you. 5 years older than you know. So she's 13 years old and she's like wanting to go out and have fun with her friends, but she's got to make sure that her 7-year-old brother gets ready for football practice or basketball practice, or make sure that he doesn't, again, make sure he doesn't do something stupid to where she would get in trouble, because my parents were held her very responsible for everything I did. So, and she handled that crazy. My sister handled that everything so crazy. It's man, I love her to death. Funniest moments with my sister. It's so many. It's so many. But just off the top of my head, one of the funniest moments I would have to say with me and my sister is, I guess it was a vacation. It was a family vacation that we went on. And I don't know if we were in the Bahamas or if we were in Hawaii. I can't remember which. It was one of those. And my parents, on the first night that we would get there, my parents would go out. Anytime we went on a family vacation, our parents would say, here's TV, here's everything you need. Do not leave this hotel room. We're going out for a nice dinner because we just got here. We've had to deal with you guys all day long. And so we're going out to dinner. And so they would do that on the first night that we would take family vacations. And I don't know, I guess we were still hungry. I don't know what made us, but McDonald's, there was a McDonald's that was right around the corner from the hotel. And we were just gonna run and get us some McDonald's really quick and come back to the hotel. And you know, if you think it's dangerous for children to leave the hotel in Jamaica or Hawaii at 11 o'clock at night, this was the 80s. This was the 80s. So we decided we were going to go get some McDonald's. We got it. We ran back up to the hotel room and we turned the corner. We get off the elevator and we turn the corner and our parents are about to key into the room. And we're walking down the hallway towards them. So we already know that we're about to be killed. We already know that we're about to die on vacation. And so my sister's whispering to me as we're walking, just put the bags down. Just sit the bags down as slowly as you can. Just put the bags down because we're already gonna get it. But if they find out we went to McDonald's, oh God, you know, like so they found us and you know, we got in trouble, but it wasn't nearly as bad as we thought we were getting. We were on vacation. So what, you gonna ground us on vacation? Maybe my father would have grounded us on vacation, but it didn't happen. So yeah, that's one of the funniest moments with my sister, because we definitely thought that we was just really, like, that was it for us. We thought that was it. Our love for music, our love for movies. Again, it was just her and I. I didn't have an older brother or a younger brother. She didn't have an older sister, you know, or a younger sister or an older brother. You know, she had just me. It was just me, one brother. And so music, a lot of the music that she listened to, man, like a lot of, I listened to what she listened to, and she loved hip hop. Like my sister loves hip hop, man. And she always came home with a new mixtape or something that I could listen to. And those were mainly supplied by our cousins. Brian, Mike, and Kelly, and Chris, and Todd, and even my cousin Mark. Like they had mixtapes, the things that our parents probably would not let us listen to. Like, my pops was all about music. My father is a music head, like crates and crates of records. But he wasn't really keen on hip hop. Hip hop took a minute to grow on my father. And my sister was in like the golden age. Like when my sister was a teenager, let's say 13 years old, you had Dougie Fresh and the Get Fresh crew, and Slick Rick, and God, man, everybody, the Fat Boys, Run DMC. Oh man, everybody who was like about LL Cool J, like at the start of LL Cool J. So my sister was like all about it, and I Need Love, and my sister would play I Need Love in her bedroom. And at the end of that song, LL Cool J goes into like this whole thing.
Man, I got somebody, baby. Girl, listen to me. When I be sitting in my room all alone, staring at the wall, fantasies, they go through my mind. And I've come to realize that I need true love. And if you want to give it to me, girl, make yourself seen. I'll be waiting. I love you.
My father used to hear this and be like, that is the corniest shit in the world. But to a teenage girl, like that's everything, you know? And so like, yeah, that's what my sister and I have most in common is music and movies. Like we share a very, very common thing of what we find to be great movies, whether it's funny or emotional, whatever it is, and just all the movies that we watched growing up. You know? Hollywood Shuffle, I would have to say Hollywood Shuffle is probably the funniest movie that my sister and I share. Just all the hysterics and everything of that movie, because if you know what that movie's about, then you realize that like that's kind of like where my sister and I were socially, just socially, maybe not black enough and not white enough, you know, just right there, just stuck in the middle. And that's something that my sister and I shared as far as movies was concerned. Was our favorite movie is Hollywood Shuffle. If you don't know that movie, go check that one out. It was one particular time, and this is like, man, I must have been 5 or 6 years old, but I remember it. And she was just like teasing me one day, and I picked up a rock. I actually picked up a rock, and I threw it at my sister. Even then, I mean, I went on like to be a pretty decent quarterback, and even then I had a pretty accurate arm, and it hit her in the eye. This rock hit her in the eye, and it hurt her really bad. And she ran inside crying, and I'm pretty sure that was probably the worst beating I ever got in my life from my father. I threw a rock and hit my sister with a rock, and my father lost his mind. So I don't like talking about that fight between my sister and I, because that was a traumatic experience for the entire family, I would have to say. One other time we got into some kind of argument, and she pushed me down a couple of stairs where I landed on the love seat. And it didn't even hurt, but it was just the idea that I was so scared. Like I had never flown downstairs before. And my sister pushed me down these stairs. And I was really scared. So it was mixed with the combination of me landing like not comfortably. Like I landed kind of like on the arm of the love seat when I fell. And it knocked the wind out of me, and I was scared at the same time. So I made a bigger deal about it than what it was. And you know, I was like 8, 9 years old. So far, I was almost the same size as my sister when I was 8 or 9 years old. So yeah, that one we didn't really get in trouble for that one, because I think, yeah, it was over pretty quick. So yeah, we've only fought like twice that I can, like, we would bicker and argue, but never fight. Never fight. Except those 2 times. Gosh, it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. Our relationship is exactly the same. She's doing wonderful at life, And I'm still a renegade. I'm still a maverick. I'm still out here figuring things out. And she is like so grounded and she's successful. I'm so proud of her because she was always that way. My sister always excelled at school. She went to college. She got her degree. She's always pushed. My sister has always been at the top of whatever she's doing. Always. She's never, I mean, my sister's had her failures in life, but I mean, she got up so quick. She got up so quick that you wouldn't even know. Like, you wouldn't even know that she was down. And that's what, that's what champions are made of. It's not about, how many times you get knocked down. It's about getting back up and coming back stronger than you did before. She's mastered that. I'm still working on that. You knocked me down. I spent a little time worried about why I got knocked down and who knocked me down and what I can do to get back at that person and knock me down. And so my sister doesn't think about these things. She gets knocked down, she gets back up, and she moves forward, and that's it. And that's what I love about her. But our relationship is exactly the same today. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference in our relationship from when we were children and today. It has not faltered, it has not changed. And it's weird to see like the kind of like the relationship that my son and my daughter have, because they look just like us. When you see them next to each other, it's crazy. And they have the same relationship, even though they're not as, they don't get to see each other as often, but they still have that same love for one another. They still love each other. You can still see it when they hug each other, when they look at each other and see each other, and it's incredible. And so I'm happy that they've been able to look at my sister and me and see this is what brother and sister are supposed to look like. Sis, I love you. I love you to death. Happy birthday. I love you. And you will always be in my heart. I will always love you. You've always been by my side through thick and thin. And I want to do that for you, always. I may not always have the support system for you that you have for me, but I want you to know I got your back no matter what. And I love you.